Hey everybody, welcome back to video 4 in my pop-up palette series. Today we're going to be going over the brush controls in the pop-up palette and how we can change the brush settings without relying on the toolbar up top or going to our brush customization for some quick options to change. So just to show, I'm going to make a few strokes here just so you can see how my brush currently looks. These are the settings up here. Opacity is at 100%, the size is about 8.1. I don't know why I picked that, but that's just what it is. So we're going to right click on the canvas to bring in the pop-up palette. We're going to go to this little icon here. We're going to click on it and we're going to see that it shows the name of my brush, which is my custom ink brush. It shows the size and the opacity and the angle, which matches up here. For most of my brushes, the angle isn't going to make any visual difference, so I'm not going to show that. If you're using certain textured brushes that rely on the angle of your brush, then this is something you'd want to change. So first, I'm going to change the size. We're going to go to, I don't know, I guess this is fine. And just like the color selector here, the size that we changed here is going to match up here. And we'll change the opacity to something lower, and it's at 0.39, which is 39%, which is also going to show up here. I'm not entirely sure why this is a decimal versus a percentage. It's not really a big deal to me. Don't worry about it. It's just something, I've noted. So if I go and make the stroke now, you can see that the opacity has changed, the brush size is much bigger. I've made my options and I changed them. Now we can take this a step further and click on these little line icons here. And this is going to bring up some other options to configure the brush. The main one that's going to affect this brush is spacing and auto spacing. Flow is similar to opacity, but this brush will not be affected by flow. More custom brushes may be. So we're going to just put spacing in here, and by putting it in the current properties with this little arrow icon, we're going to add the option to the quick custom brush options here. So I'm going to hit OK. And as you can see, the spacing is there. It's at 0.2. So before I do this, I'm going to remind myself that the lower the number, the less spacing there is, or the more spacing, and then if I go up to 10, the less space there is between each brush stroke. So depending on the brush tip you have, it's going to affect the look. So we're going to just reset everything. I'm going to change the spacing to 10. And I'm actually I'm going to increase the brush size. Oops. And as you can see, there's no spacing between each brush stroke. It's just coming off as dots. And if I go to the brush customization menu, that's the type of brush tip I have. It's a dot, it's a circle. I'm not going to go over brush customization today, but if you have a brush set, that needs other customization and you've changed all of this stuff to change the look of the brush tip, yours may look a little different, which is totally fine. Now I can go back to the spacing and let's take it down to a little, not completely 10, but not completely 1. And there we go. And as you can see, I have a much closer string of dots now. And the thinner, or the lighter my stroke, the more space, and the stronger my pressure with my tablet pen, the less space there's going to be because the dots are bigger. I'm just going to delete that. And now we're going to bring that back to 1. And as you can see, there is no space between the dots. Make that a smaller stroke. There we go. So I'm pretty much back to normal. So I'm just going to reset it by hitting the refresh icon, which is the same icon up here. And that's just going to set me back to my default settings for this brush. I'm just going to click on my canvas and everything looks pretty good. And that's how you can customize that brush without overriding your save state for the brush or anything like that. And then if you want to take any of this out, you can go back to this icon here and bring up the customization options again, and you can go ahead and put that back over here. So if you don't use the size very often and you really only care about the opacity, you can go ahead and move these over there as well. So if you're painting and you only need the opacity, this is what you can do. I'm painting here, turn that down, Do it some more. Bring that back up. And that's it. And even though the other options aren't there anymore, you can still hit refresh and it will still bring you back to the default of that brush. I'm going to go ahead and put those back in because I would like them to stay. I think I'll just put there just because it was there already. Oop, I didn't hit OK. There we go. Refresh just to make sure. And when you're all set with having this set up the way you want, you can go ahead and click this icon again, and that will hide that little pop-up menu. And that's it. That's how you can go ahead and take advantage of those quick option selectors, which is actually really nice because I know the brush customization, which is up here, can be pretty daunting to go ahead and change things like the spacing and everything else. Oops. Hope this video was helpful to you and getting to know the pop-up palette some more with the brush customization. If you have any questions about it, please let me know in the comments below. Or if there's something else that I haven't gone over yet or you need to explain a little easier, I can also try and do that. There are a couple more videos I still have for the pop-up palette series, so it's possible I haven't gotten to it yet. So still let me know in the comments below because it's something I may not have thought of. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.